They call me Meat Train. For a reason. I've got a pretty fierce reputation. But I want to share with you what's really going on.
Meat Train is Marcia Taylor. Marcia is going deaf, but is determined to represent her country in a sport she loves.
We're 2 months out from selection of the final 20. So at these trainings, we're all trying to become teamly and work together, but we're also trying to expose to the coach, look, she's weak and I did that to her.
Roller derby began in America back in the 1930s. In roller derby, 2 teams of 5 players skate around the track while the jammer, who wears a star on her helmet, scores points by lapping members of the opposing team. The rest of the team block the opposing jammer or assist their own jammer. Roller derby is almost entirely a female sport. The 2014 Roller Derby World Cup is in Dallas, Texas. 30 countries are attending. The New Zealand team going to Dallas is to be selected in 12 weeks. Marcia is determined to be one of them.
So I have to get quicker at getting back. That would be my weakness, is getting back. Otherwise, I'm pretty awesome at lots of stuff. Just saying, I'm pretty confident. Apart from the hearing business. I was born fully hearing. I now have no hearing whatsoever in my left ear. I'm not even sure where this one's at anymore, but I do know that when I have my hearing aid out when I'm lying in bed, I used to be able to talk to my partner, but now I can't hear her anymore. In the game, I use a lot of body language. Body speaks very loudly, and particularly of what the opposition is doing. I think that's probably an advantage I have. So for the disadvantages I have, I think I bring more advantages to the team. When you lose a sense, you pick another one up. So for me, not only have I got strong eyes, but I can feel negative energy. That sounds quite, but when someone's coming to get you, they normally, and I can feel that.
Meat Train is a very gifted player of roller derby. She is a jammer. She can slip through the pack easily to score the points. Or she can block the opposing players and knock them out.
Within the rules.
Within
Nicely,
the rules.
Within the rules. The coach talked about how we can do signs and stuff with the team and start integrating that so that there's not so much talk and more signing, because at Worlds there'll be like 3 tracks, 1 million whistles, even just a little bit of noise, and I'm rendered deaf. So having signs, I don't have to go going, what, I have no idea, so they're going to try and make that connection for me.
3 package deal thing for the whole weekend.
Incorporating sign into our communication within Team New Zealand, one, to help me be on the same page as the rest of Team New Zealand, but also use it as a strategic advantage against our opposition at Worlds, so they don't know what we're talking about. Yeah.
Zephyr.
I mean, it is very depressing, losing my hearing.
Yeah, ready? 1, 2, 3.
So having Team New Zealand help with that communication is make me a better, stronger player and not sit in my puddle of woes me. Oh, it's your mum's favourite.
Yeah. We're using sign at home with the kids. Sometimes we have silent tea, so Mars will turn her hearing aid off, and then we can only sign during dinner, so that's cool, that's fun.
This door. Open and shut, open and shut, open and shut, open and shut. Tuesday, which is my news day at school. Monday. Monday.
If her hearing goes completely, the thing that she's most scared of is the fact that everybody will up and leave because she's too hard basket, and that she won't be able to have in-depth conversations with anybody. We've promised her that we're not going anywhere if she, wakes up tomorrow and she has no hearing. We're not going to up and leave.
I first started going deaf when I was 13. It was barely noticeable at first, but it got worse.
Hear our voices.
I got my first hearing aid when I was 14. Finally, in my 20s, they diagnosed it as Meniere's disease. That just means a disorder of the inner ear. There's fluid in your ear which pushes over the hair follicles, which creates all that dizziness and unstableness. When I'm listening to somebody, the sounds that I'm hearing through my head are best described like an air conditioning unit, plane taking off at the airport, a jumbo jet takes off the ground, fire alarm going off in my head, siren, all at the same time. That's the sound that I hear in my head when I'm trying to listen to people talk. So even with my eyes open and my eyes closed, my eyeballs feel like they're rolling around in my head. Feels like someone's put a bike pump in my head, and then my head is blowing up and it's intense pressure. Those sounds are constant in my head and I have to hear through them every single day. So every time I have a Meniere's attack or turn, I lose a bit more hearing every time. And so eventually there'll be a time when none of my hearing comes back at all. So then I have some decisions to make, some tough options. One is a cochlear implant, but I've been told that there's no guarantee that will work because of the fluid damage that's been done to the cochlear due to Meniere's. And so if that doesn't work, and I've still got this ringing and I'm still getting sick and still getting vertigo, then I will probably sever the ears internally to stop that ringing and the vertigo. That's the only way to stop it. It'll be completely silent.
There's a job there that's Wellington, service coordinator, full-time.
Cool.
No? Yes?
Yep. A bit scary though.
Why?
Because I imagine there's lots of writing.
Yeah, but I'm sure that you can explain to them about your dyslexia. Yeah? What about your sign? Do you think you have enough?
It just says that have to have knowledge, doesn't say you need to be fluent.
Does it sound like you? Are you happy with how it says?
Yep.
So, do you want to read that bit out?
In my personal life, I experienced dyslexia and I'm very hard of hearing with a real likelihood of going deaf at some point in time. I'm able to communicate and understand basic New Zealand Sign Language and working to improve this at all the time. Yep. What's that?
Hansard. That's like Hansard is the all the words that they say in Parliament.
Oh.
So they type it all up. Yeah, no, it's probably not going to be a good job for you.
Again? I missed that again.
How do you spell that? Okay, no, we're not going to be a Hansard publisher.
No. There are a lot of jobs that, because of my lack thereof hearing, I am deemed unsafe.
Well, last year's idea was to go on a fishing boat.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm unsafe.
You're unsafe. Yeah. Yeah. So I've told Mars that we're not moving in together if she's fun employed, because I'm not paying all the bills. So yeah, it's a motivator. But it's also deadly serious. Like, I can't.
If I don't find a job, one, I can't move in, which is really sad, but I'm going to have to stop roller derby until I get a job.
When you went for the job the other day and you got through to the next round, that was a huge weight off, right? Every time we do something like that, you can see you just walk a bit taller and stuff, but then you get knocked back. And it's just...
Yeah.
It's not through lack of trying.
Yep.
Oh, baby. Oh. It'll be all right. I won't let you become a hobo.
I don't want to stop those things, but it's just unfair that I know I can do a lot of these jobs and just not given a break for what I think are not good reasons. Yeah. Trying to raise money to get to Texas for the Roller Derby World Cup, so I did a Pledge Me just to help for my athletes' contribution to getting to Dallas, and I got some things that people can pledge on. The pledge I'm doing today is the human bird feeder. So as you can see, we've got some bread and margarine here, my little helper here. We're just gonna put some margarine on here, and she's just gonna stick that somewhere on me, maybe on my shoulder here. Yeah, get the birds. This is the bird feeder. Here we go.
I'm gonna steal that hat. I like that hat.
All right.
You look great, babe.
Thanks. Hold on. Okay. All right. That's enough buttering. Okay, need to loving that. She's gonna go this way.
Can you get another? Can you get some out of here? Oh, I'll get her to do it. Getting cold, so we've got to get the bird feeder underway.
Kenzie, up here, up the top of my arm here.
Okay, Regan and Mackenzie, come over here with me. Right. Over here. Marcia's going
Come on, birds.
There's a mollyhawk circling you. That's the face underneath the shot.
You look like a scarecrow.
Come over here, come a little bit further away.
You think about it too much. Yeah, you just have to think about it too much. It's okay. Hey, what you did is right, so go into contact slow.
I find that Meniere is giving more into this training than she's getting out of it, because she has to watch what's going on, because people forget to turn to her and say, did you get that? Do you know what's going on? She doesn't want to be hurt, and that's what I see. She doesn't want to say, what was that? So she watches what's happening, and she basically teaches herself the drill by watching others and hoping that they're doing the right thing. Doing it right. It's like, oh, you're doing it wrong. Not fair. But you know, she's world class. She's absolutely belongs on Team New Zealand and belongs in Dallas.
They obviously believe that I have something to bring, that I'm worth investing in. I don't actually ever hear really what the coach is saying, because the coach is talking to everybody and moving around and giving an example. So I normally have to wait either to the end of it and go to somebody else, go, what are we doing? Or probably if you have when you've watched, I'll always go either last or put myself in the middle or something so I can watch what everybody else is doing and hope like heck that they're doing it right.
We are celebrating the fact that Marcia got her visa for the States, so that she can hopefully go to Dallas if she gets picked for the team. And so we're having a few friends over. Her friends are behind her and they want to support her. I think she's very aware of the fact that when it goes, she will lose some will walk away. And she's waiting for that. She knows that's going to happen, but she's already kind of a bit heartbroken about it. It's really frustrating for me to watch it happen. She's not upfront and honest about it. And I think that's still a little bit of denial. It just depends on how it goes in terms of whether or not she can participate in conversations. So it really makes a difference if somebody makes a particular effort to engage her in one-on-one conversation. Marcia doesn't stand up for herself, so she doesn't say, hey guys, I can't follow the conversation, can you not talk over top of each other? She doesn't want to be treated differently, also because she wishes it wasn't true. It's real hard work trying to remember to involve someone all the time, so they forget, just like I forget.
They were like surprised. Yeah, I really.
Nice. Come Grace.
I started to know.
What's the thing? I mean, maybe it was thick.
Yeah. You know this one? Mount Vic.
Yeah, and then there's ambrosia and
So I've been thinking about signs for at training, and so that you can join in straight away. So we already do blockers and jammers, but when we're doing drills, you need to know what we're doing. If we start using the signs, then you're going to be able to just jump straight in. Scrimmage, I couldn't think what scrimmage could be at all.
Because you're going around the track, but that's that scrimmaging is mixing up.
Mixing up. Feedback.
Oh, feedback.
Oh, no, that way. Feedback. Best. Bad. Oh, poor. So we just need to make them up as we go along.
It's creating a whole new language, really.
It is.
Sounds like a really good idea.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like it.
Cool.
And like once we've built it up and made it have pictures of everything, and so everyone, if they want to, knows.
Yeah.
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 Am I turning my hearing aid off?
yeah, turn your hearing aid off.
We try most evenings, if we can, to sit down, turn my hearing aid off and have a conversation.
We don't do it as often as we should because it's hard work.
It's real hard. We're aware of not having all the words that we want to say. We don't know enough sign.
And it gets a bit frustrating as well because sometimes I don't understand what you're trying to say to me in sign and you don't understand what I'm saying in sign, and then you start doubting yourself, am I actually doing the right signs? Is it in the middle? Here? Oh, here. That's why when you're actually in front of somebody who uses NZSL fluently, you get really nervous because you aren't confident, because we're just practicing with each other.
and so on. Talk at length.
It's like we're speaking our own language, and then we go and meet a real person, and then they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh.
I am terrified of when, I want to say if, but it's not if, it's when my hearing completely goes, that people will walk away and that I'll be all alone. People say they won't, but sometimes the reality is really different. I think just try and not think like that, but it's still there, and just change. I think it's recreating. We have to recreate myself as a deaf person and what that looks like, and I don't know because I don't particularly want to go deaf, and just try new things. Because I can see myself making my world smaller, and doing more things alone. Because I'm not wanting to be a burden or too hard basket for people, which is a lot of the attitudes that I have seen and experienced and feel. But I think because I'm the meat train and I stay, I look strong, I look confident and stuff. But I think only those closest to me know that that's is the word. Though I suppose meat train is my lycra superhero to hide this. Yeah. I don't know where I fit. That's the thing. That's probably the hard thing, is not knowing where I fit and belong anymore. Still, and then shifting slowly in from the hearing to the deaf, trying to work out where I fit. Going deaf is like going into darkness.
There can be prejudice against her. Some people may see her partial deafness as a liability. All I can say is she's been playing derby for about 4 years. Through all of those 4 years, her name was known and feared up and down the country. And I know when she gets to Dallas, her name will be feared in a lot of other countries too.
Well, I'm not going to Dallas. I didn't make the team. I would have been okay with it. It was just about my skating, but it wasn't.
The coach of the New Zealand team wrote on social media that Marcia would not be going to Dallas because of her hearing loss, writing, "I'm real sorry, but they call it a disability for a reason. Everyone has to walk on eggshells around someone because they have a disability."
She was visiting me at work, and we said goodbye, and she went out to her car, and she went on Facebook, obviously, before she left the car park, and she called me. And she was crying and she was shaking, her voice was shaking, and she said it was my hearing. She didn't pick me because of my hearing.
It was more hurtful, it hurt deeper than anything I've ever felt before, because it's something about me that I can't change. It makes me very angry because it's not true. I don't believe you could ask anyone I've ever played with who thinks I'm a liability at all on the track.
She can't fix her deafness. And she was deaf when she was selected at the beginning of the year. Everyone knew that. So why waste her whole year and all her time and all her money and everybody else's money that's sponsored her from around the country?
I'm not going to be quiet about it, because it's been quiet. That's how bullies and mean people get away with it.
This much background noise. It's not very good.
Yeah, okay. Do you think there is a wider issue here?
Oh, for sure. In sport in New Zealand, we're a sporting nation, so there's lots of people just want to be part and to be included and belong.
It's covered by the Human Rights Act. It's covered by the United Nations Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities. It's not something that should be hidden away. It's something that everyone needs to know has happened. I've had 11,985 hits.
We've set up a Facebook page for the deaf and hard of hearing community. The page has been massive globally. I didn't realise there were that many who identified as deaf and hard of hearing. So it's just cool to have a central place that they can all come to. Having been not selected for Team New Zealand for the reason of deafness, it was probably an attack on my identity. Being deaf is part of my identity and who I am, and I can't change that. But it also made me think, now I understand why deaf people are deaf proud. So I'm proud of who I am, and I'm deaf. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm quite capable of doing what is required to skate, to do anything. And hopefully now, after everything that's happened, we'll get more and more people speaking sign language. It's beautiful. And then I can come out more often and go to parties and stuff and not worried about being left out, because people will be able to talk to me. That'd be cool.